big ball of talent, really taking it to the next level, bringing in a lot of contemporary along with some of those Art Deco styles. So you're going to have kind of a traditional look with this first piece. But to be able to get high-end designer work, and at the prices that we're going to do it at, I'm looking at it right now, it's going to be nothing short of sensational. Now, let's get a little bit of the house cleaning done. So when you see an item today, and you will, is this Italia? And there's, of course, Gaia Perez, who's currently running the company. Again, huge talent, very, very skilled. She's been doing it since she's a baby. Basically, it's in the blood. And I really think probably in the top 5 of the most talented designers in the world right now. So you're going to have an opportunity for a signed designer piece. Now, the cool thing about every one of her pieces is, and of course her father who preceded her, is that you're going to get a little sapphire. A little. It's going to be somewhere hidden underneath, and usually on the underbelly of any piece of jewelry, whether it be a pendant or a ring. You'll see it on the underside. You got to look for it, but it's a nice little round sapphire. It's just signature. So you're going to have signed pieces. She personally, herself, goes to Jaipur, where our parent company is located, to personally select the majority of the gemstones. So she takes several trips per year since they've been under contract. Since she's been under contract with us, and we've been fortunate enough to have her. You're going to get all the information. It's going to have a little beautiful box like this. It's going to have the information about the company and all that good stuff. So that's coming your way. We're starting to show off with that now. If you're watching on TikTok, we've kind of streamlined things. There's no more of having to call necessarily the personal shopper, although I encourage everybody, whether you're watching on shoplc.com or you're watching on Facebook, Instagram, or of course TikTok, to have this number saved in your phone. This is personal shopper line 2 right here, the live stream, not the one that I give you when I'm on TV, which I'll be on Tuesday from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. Central Time. So save this number. It's going to behoove you, because what I want you to do is, if in fact you end up getting a couple pieces today, I want you to try to call them. I can't make any promises, but see if they won't give you maybe just a little bit extra off the already incredibly low prices that we're going to give you. If just you're getting 2 separate pieces that haven't, that aren't in any way sort of associated with one another, usually we'll give you an additional amount off. But I want you to try your best. I can't make any promises again, but if you call them, they're usually very helpful about maybe giving you just a little something extra, because we want you to get multiple pieces. But here's her and her father, Giuseppe Perez. The legacy of crafting fine jewelry goes back many centuries. So he's designed for the likes of Marilyn Monroe, ironically, Jackie Onassis as well. So kind of a lot of range there. Parliamentarians, kings, queens, sultans, you name it. They have designed jewelry for them that has been treasured in many crown jewels. And of course, every purchase that you make today will go towards feeding a hungry child. That you're seeing kind of this paraphernalia behind me, which is basically, this is going to be the Akshaya Patra, which is an area in India where we provide meals for young children with every single purchase you make, no matter how big or small. It could be $10,000 or it could be a $10 purchase. We're going to deliver that on your behalf. Also, we have Your Purchase Feeds here in the United States. No Kid Hungry. And as I understand it, between all of our networks combined, include the 2, and I think there's 2 in the UK, one in Germany, and of course here in the United States, based out of Austin, Texas. I think we're at over 100 million. I know we personally, on our end, are probably over 50 million. So that's a beautiful thing. It's already baked into the cake. We don't round up on your behalf. It's just something we've committed to doing on your behalf for a number of years now. So good on you. Also, we're going to have this code, LIVE25. Now, when you get redirected to the website, for example, if you're watching on Facebook, Instagram, you're going to do Shop 1. That will be this Giuseppe Perez piece. It is fantastic. Everybody will do Shop 1 except for if you're already at the website, which is shoplc.com, which you can always go to if, in fact, your feed gets lost or we have an interruption for whatever reason on any of your various social media platforms. You can always go to shoplc.com and click on the live stream button, and that should get us up live if we're live, and it should give you the option to watch all the other shows that are archived as well. Keep in mind, though, even if they're archived, though, it doesn't mean that those prices are locked in. They're only locked in for 24 hours. But understand, when you do get to the checkout point, and you're going to find something you love today, make sure you're using that code, LIVE25. Even if you call the personal shopper, say, hey, I'm interested in Shop 1, and I would like to enact the code LIVE25. It's going to get you an additional quarter percentage off of the already lowered price. So for Facebook, Instagram, you just put in the comment section right here, right down below. If you're interested in an item, the first one will be shop 1, second one shop 2, third one shop 3. You get that picture. You'll click on that, and then that will redirect you to the website where you'll see a various number of pictures. You'll get all the information about the said product, from carat weights, center stones. Typically we'll have those. We'll have the metal that it's in, all that information I usually give you. Like, for example, this one's going to be an 18 karat vermeil, yellow gold. It's fantastic. I think yellow gold is a perfect complement. Also rose gold too, but yellow gold and rose gold I think are really fine complements to amethyst. They just make the color pop and just jump out at you. And again, this is a really fantastic piece. So if you're watching on TikTok though, you guys will just put shop 1.
Correct.
And then click on that, and then Elias, my fantastic producer, is going to get you that information.
Correct.
That you need. That he'll send you back a link. It's a little bit easier than having to jump through a lot of the hoops that we had in the past, and we're streamlining things by the day. So you guys ready to see some cool stuff? I've already kind of showed it to you, but this will be shop 1, and it is very, very cool stuff. It is a designer piece, a Giuseppe Perez original. We have very limited amounts of these. Just an FYI, we're going to have a limited amount of just about everything that we show you today. But these, we're talking about, I'd say in the neighborhood of about just shy of, or a little over a dozen of these to go around. So we do have them at this moment in the various sizes you'll probably need. But I got to tell you, if you need the 10, we have a 6. Those are both, there's only one of each. Usually those bookends a lot less. But look at the quality of the stone. You've got a beautiful halo. So you have a big center stone. That's number 1. Again, this more than likely was personally selected, not more than likely, it was by Gaia Perez herself, the designer of this amazing ring. It's got a 9 by 7, 5 by 4, so 9 by 7. Okay, so the center stone, yeah, but I think they kind of messed up by putting 3 there, because that center stone is definitely a 2 karat 30. So I think that's just a little typo. So that's a 9 by 7 2 karat 30 in the center stone. So nice size center stone, but look at the quality there. You got the nice embers, the sort of almost pink embers. You're going to see the nice pleochroism of this one. You're going to see lilacs. You're going to see deep purples and pinks and reds and little white flashes in there. So a little bit of pleochroism. You've also got a karat 62 in surrounding pear shapes, which I think is a fantastic look. I like them breaking up the monotony with the gold prongs there. So it really accentuates that center stone, but also makes it pop when you see that surrounding halo, and really gives it a really thorough and huge, sort of like a very much cocktail ring look, but very classy, very not ostentatious, not loud or boisterous, but just really commanding attention. Now, you've also got a 3rd and 4th halo in the sort of rose, I guess, well, not rose petals. They're it's almost a floral style design, so you could call that the outer edges, those sort of scalloped edges that you're seeing. Those are going to be in white zircon. Zircon is not a cubic zirconia. This is a genuine gemstone, earth mine gemstone, typically no treatment, an all natural gemstone. And you got about a carat in those rounds, often mimicking a diamond, so you're getting the look of the surrounding white zircon, which kind of gives you the look of diamonds. You got a doubly refractive gemstone, has a very high dispersion rate, very high refractive index as well. Now, all of this is going to be in precious metal, bathed in beautiful 18 karat vermeil. Now, 18 karat, we're talking getting into a luxury range of gold, which is, by the way, very expensive. I think that's not headline news, I don't think. But 18 karat, we're talking 75% solid gold. All of that in a designer piece that you're going to get, that you will cherish, and that is actually an heirloom quality and can be passed down to generations yet unborn. I'm just kind of showing it to you on my finger just so you can get an idea of the scale. Keep in mind, I have pretty big hands and not very attractive hands. It's going to look so much better on you ladies, but can you imagine walking into the party, or just on an everyday basis? You could wear this with blue jeans, but you could dress this up big time. Of course, it looks very expensive because of that rich content of gold in there. You're going to have 2.5 microns minimum. Look at this in detail. I mean, it checks every single box. You're getting a big, bold look. You've got a relatively low profile, right? So that's going to, and this is going to be shop 1, by the way.
Correct.
Just to reiterate that. Also, something that I didn't mention, you do at the east and west have another sort of oval here. So I said that they were all pear shapes. That was my mistake. You have an oval here and here. What I like about that, and what I haven't seen that done in recent memory, because that almost gives you the vibe of a sort of past, present, and future as well, because of the uniformity of that oval cut. Of course, it's a big crescendo in the center because that's the focal point. But I do like how subtle she just sort of added that, which does give it that hint of past, present, and future. Obviously something that would make a great anniversary gift. Even if it's a month anniversary, maybe you're just dating somebody, this would be an ideal pickup. Guess what? It's not going to cost you $500 or $800 or $1,000. Easily could and probably would if you were picking this up in Italy or if you're picking it up with euros. Gosh, I can't imagine. Probably be close to $1,000 if not over. I'm sure she could sell it for that. Because again, the quality is there. The pedigree of the designer is untouchable and second to none. But really just the look of it all, it's all fantastic. And a lot of labor, a lot of TLC went into this. We're doing it for $139. That's not the end of the story. Remember, we've got that code, Live25, yeah? Yeah. So you take that $139, you multiply that, or just take off 25%, and that's going to get this down just to about, I believe, close to $100, about $104. Okay. Now, very quickly, I don't do anything quickly, but I always take longer on these first pieces. You guys that watch with regularity, you know that. But what I will say is, I want to explain budget pay for those of you who've just sort of tuned in. And there's again the personal shopper number. Always good to have that saved. But the budget pay is going to be an opportunity if you say, well, gosh, I just accidentally was flipping through and I found you guys. Welcome, join the Shop LC family, right? Super, super simple. And there's no membership fees, nothing like that. You just get registered. It'll only take you like a matter of moments. Now, once you do, you'll have opportunity to buy this, not for the full $104, which is an amazing value when we're talking about something that has the look of basically $2,000 to $3,000 and definitely could be, I think, knocking on the door of $1,000 in any retail establishment because, again, the pedigree of the Giuseppe Perez line and that collection and how fantastic it is. But you could get this home without a credit check. It's not a credit card for budget pay. What is budget pay? It's an opportunity to not pay the $104 now. Instead, you would just pay $20 today, $20.99 to be precise. You're not going to pay anything on shipping because we've hit the threshold of $49.99, right? So that's another cool thing. You're not going to pay any shipping charges. A lot of networks will try to gouge you with the shipping charges. A lot of online, especially, they eat you alive with shipping charges. But you'll be able to get this home for $20.99. If you get it home, you decide, hey, it's not for me. It's not everything that Chris said. It is and more. It will be. But if whatever reason, you have a 30-day inspection period. Okay, so you're risking virtually nothing. You only have to put up $21 basically for rounding that $20.99 up. And you're going to get this home. You'll be able to inspect it yourself personally. You'll be able to get it, this beautiful box. You'll be able to research the company and their rich history and the paraphernalia that comes along with it. It's going to be a little insert that'll have a lot of this information as well. There's, of course, a lovely guy and her late father there who I understand was a really sweet and fantastic person as well. He used to come, I think he did a couple of visits here before I came here, but sadly we lost him, I think, several years back. But $20 gets it home. Very, very simple. Very, very limited, though, unfortunately, like most pieces today. We're going to move on, but gosh, I could spend all day on any of her pieces. It's a beautiful work of art, is exactly what it is. That stone is incredible. Of course, it's going to be your February birthstone, and I think most of you are probably aware of that. But if you or somebody you know has a February birthday, this would be an ideal gift. Any of these would be. Mother's Day, will we be able to get it to you by Mother's Day? Because this would make a fantastic Mother's Day gift.
May 11th.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that we probably will. I typically, if I'm sending it out to somebody across the country, they typically get it within 5 to 7 business days. I'm not going to say with 100% certainty. However, if you want to call the personal shopper and get a little bit more information and find out, hey, because you can bill to, ship to. Like you can bill it to you and then ship it to your mother if she's on the West Coast, you're on the East Coast. Mm-hmm. You can do that. And so I encourage you, I think we're going to be able to accommodate you. I really do. I don't want to say with 100% certainty. What I would say is you might want to do expedited shipping if you're wanting to give this as a gift. Make sure that you just call the personal shopper. They can handle all the details for you, or you can do it online, of course, once you get redirected there. But I'd probably call them and just say, hey, do you think we'd get this probably in time? If not, worst case scenario, you can just snap a screenshot of it. Again, these live streams live in perpetuity on the website, shoplc.com, so you can always go back and watch it and then just snap a screenshot. I know it's not sexy, but it still has teeth in terms of gift giving if it, for whatever reason, hasn't reached them in time. But you might want to do the expedited shipping. It might cost you $4 or $5 extra, but you can make sure you can have it there within a couple days. Well within the time frame to have it for Mother's Day, which is the 11th. Okay? Gosh, we're already in May.
Right.
Well, it's hot in Texas. And you, my friend, always Johnny on the spot. I don't know, 72 degrees. You always have everything perfect.
Oh, I forgot.
I'm just messing with you.
I forgot.
He always does everything just right. Mwah. He's the best. I already fixed it. Don't worry.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I shouldn't have called you out. What a jerk I am. All right, we're gonna move on.
I actually felt it too, though.
You're like, it's a little chilly in here. I don't remember turning it down for Chris.
I'm feeling the warmth.
I'm super. For those of you who don't watch the shows, I'm super hot natured. That's like the one thing I'm a little diva about. I'm like, it's too hot in here. But
I had Lauren earlier. She said it was too cold. She was like,
yep, that makes sense. It tracks. It tracks. Yeah.
She said she got sick or something. So.
Oh, did she? Oh, from the chilly cold in here?
Something. She had a cough this morning.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna move on though. That was the Giuseppe Perez piece. Again, that was shop 1. Everybody, just put that shop 1 in the comment section if you're not already on the website, and click on that, and then we'll either get you the link or we will redirect you. Now,
Texas twofer.
About to do a Texas twofer. All right.
I believe it should be
I see a cushion. I know this is probably the companion piece, but I'm not seeing the actual. That's not it. Am I missing something?
No.
Why don't we show them the ring first? Then?
Yes, let's do the ring.
Yeah, and then we'll go, because that is definitely the companion piece. This is going to give you. This is coming up, but this is going to give you the classic. If you like the classic looks, you want something that will not disappoint, something that is going to be fantastic, something with a top gem, world-class center stone that is a nice, robust size, not gargantuan, but definitely no shrinking violet, definitely going to command attention, definitely going to be one of the most beautiful, rich. This looks like the Siberian material. I used to sell, at my phone network, we used to sell a lot of Siberian pieces. The Siberian Amethyst was known for the longest time as the premium, the go-to. It was like the Colombian emerald is to emerald. It was deep, rich, Concord grade. That's what this, to me, is very reminiscent of. I've sold a lot of that Siberian amethyst. Now, this is going to be African amethyst, more than likely. All right? But it's the Lusaka African amethyst. But this color is premium. You're going to have a big stone. Now, I'm going to show you, that was a tease, but I'm going to show you the companion piece. Why don't just stay on where we're at. And thank you so much for that. I'm going to take this one off for the moment.
And it'll be shop 2 on our pendant and then shop 3 on our ring.
Okay, so I'm going to encourage you, if you're loving this look, again, this is going to be that classic look. If you're sort of, you don't want something that's too avant-garde, you don't want something too out there, you want something that's always going to be in vogue, something that's always going to please, this is going to be that piece. It's very traditional in that sense, but this is not run-of-the-mill traditional amethyst. This is premium. Got a big, almost 8-carat stone, 7 carat 73 to be precise. So it's going to be a big, bold look, see?
20-inch chain included.
Do you hear that? The 20-inch chain is coming along for the ride. This will be ready to wear out of the box. It's fantastic. It's not going to disappoint. You've got these beautiful baguettes. These are moissanite. What is moissanite? Well, this is a lab-created stone. It's not inexpensive to lab create, however. I don't want you to think in terms of cubic zirconia, anything like that. It is next level. Many people like it better than diamonds. It's a space diamond, essentially, to steal a word from our buddy Steve Cardone, who's a host here, an old friend of mine. Look, we've got 3 rows of rounds, but you have these 2 baguettes here, strategically placed, sort of channels set right there. and they're going to sort of crescendo into this. I like what they did. This is good architecture. It's beautifully done. It's got a large center stone with nice pleochroism. You see these pinks. You see these deep purple. That's going to be the prevailing color in this, is going to be that deep color. I reckon this would probably be at the AAA, if not quad A, in terms of, well, we actually have it as AAA quality, which means you're going to get, in terms of color saturation, it doesn't get much finer than that. That means you're in the top 5 to 10 percentile of the finest, richest color from a color grading standpoint. It's just a simplified, if you're a AAA, it only goes up to quad A, which is like the top 1%, but I gotta imagine. I've seen quad A without that kind of rich color, but I love the fact that you do have those flashes of pinks. You do have some sort of lilacs that you're going to see, depending on which angle you're looking into that from. Now, we're doing this not for $800 or $400, or you might be able to get it out there for $399, I think, as low as that somewhere. What you couldn't get it for, I think, at the retail level for this kind of quality with the chain is $159. Now, that's not the rest of the story, because remember, we do have the code LIVE25. I'm going to continually remind you of that throughout the show, because I don't want you to forget, because $159 is a great price. However, when you can get it then after punching in that LIVE25 or telling the personal shopper LIVE25, you're going to be able to get this home for $119. In fact, if you want to do the budget pays, again, 0 credit check, and something I didn't mention earlier, 0 interest payments. That's the cat. And no interest, available to everybody. Not a credit card, no credit check. Get that out of your mind. No credit whatsoever. It's available to anybody.
Now we only have 3 of these available.
There's only 3, which means I am about to move on, because those will sell out. That is absolutely beautiful. You've got it in that beautiful 18 karat vermeil. What is vermeil? That just means you've got 2.5 microns. But it's not on top of mystery metal. It's on top of very expensive 925 sterling silver. So you're going to have a nice coating of 75% solid gold on that, making it look very, very, very expensive, giving you that $3,000 look, as if this is in gold. With the gold chain, it's probably a $3,000 to $4,000 conversation we're having. You're going to get it home for $119 or $23 if you decide to do the budget pay, which of course you won't pay any interest on. So $23 gets it home, and then you will pay less than $1 a day for the remaining 4 months. If you really want to space it out and kind of look at it in those terms. That's beautiful. Now, if you grab that one's shop 2. I want you to get shop 3. You don't have to, but they're the companion pieces. They're meant to be together. They were more than likely cut from the same rough, and they were definitely cut by the same skilled lapidary who did amazing work, who really brought out the beautiful colors. So this is the companion piece. It's going to be virtually the same, give or take a couple points of a carat. Going to be virtually the same. I imagine it's got a little bit more in terms of the moissanite. And just to finish that thought, because I'm kind of a little butterfly-ish, a little ADD, but to finish the thought on moissanite, again, lab created. However, this, known as kind of the space diamond, it gives you more, I think, scintillation, sparkle, fire, and brilliance, typically than even that of a diamond. Most certainly more than that of a CZ, which is why I get offended. Not that CZs, there's nothing wrong with CZs. We sell a lot of CZs, on our Fridays and 10 and under shows and things like that. They're great value. You get a lot of sparkle with CZs, and I love them. But in terms of value, moissanite versus a diamond, you're going to have a very, very expensive, multiple $1,000s worth of diamonds to even hold a flame to the dispersion and the fire and the brilliance and everything that you get from a moissanite. It's silicon carbide. It's based on a genuine gemstone that Henri Moissan founded in 1893. They were able to synthesize that over 100 years later. Charles and Covard was a group up here I think they're based out of Canada or North America, or north somewhere in the Northeast. I can't remember. But around the late 90s, they were able to realize Henri Moissan, the French scientist who discovered the real space diamond that fell to Earth, because it comes in meteorites. They were able to synthesize it, and they've got it now down to a really art and science of making some of the most beautiful stones that mimic, basically, usually put to shame, the most expensive diamonds, as you can see. You get rainbow dispersion, etc., etc. Now, that's just my soliloquy on moissanite, but the real hero here is going to be that massive center stone. Now, I'm going to show this to you on my unattractive hands just to give you an idea of scale. I've got large hands. I always say that because I want you to understand how much more beautiful it's going to look on yours. But I do want you to understand, I don't want there to be any sort of tricks, and obviously you're going to see a big, huge picture behind me. Wouldn't it be nice if it was that size? Either way, you're getting this for $159. Take one down, pass it around. Yes, you will get it for the same price as the pendant, the matching pendant. It's going to be about the same carat weight, about 6 carats, 76 on that center stone, but they're virtually, I think you've got about a 14 by 10, which I think the other one was. Again, it's going to be that AAA quality. So they do look fantastic together. Basically, you just have double the moissanite because you've got that in the bale here, which makes it look very, very expensive. And you have that here sort of in those crescendoing up to that center stone, kind of that. It's very much an Art Deco look there. Cocktail ring to be sure. And folks, I got to tell you, you also, do we have if they don't, then I'm going to tell you to call the personal shopper. But yes, we do. Okay, excellent. We do have an addition. So you'll be able to get each of these for $119. Let's just let's round that up. That's $119.99. So let's round it up to $120. 120 times 2, that's going to give you $240. Then you're going to take 10% off that. So you're going to have $240 minus $24. You're going to end up getting this for, I think, $216? Both of them would be around $216. Yeah, $216. That math, man. I'm usually pretty terrible at math, but about $216, you get both of these. They both screen thousands of dollars because of that 18 karat vermeil, because of that top gem world-class center stone that you're getting on those. So this one's going to be shop 2, excuse me,
yes.
And shop 3
Correct.
On the ring. I highly encourage you to grab them both. Look, you could probably find this design-ish somewhere, you're going to have to search the time that it takes. No. And then you're going to end up paying a heck of a lot more for it at the retail level. And then the stones may not match up. These are more than likely cut from the same rough. They belong together. So if you can afford it, get them both on budget pay. It's going to be about $40. Because remember, you're getting that extra 10% off if you get them both together today. You're already going to get the 25% off. So you're going to get them home for $23, $24. So what's that? 48 minus $4.80 with the 10% off from bundling them. So it's going to be less than $50 you pay today, and you get them both home. Then you're going to pay about $2, a little less than $2 a day for the remaining 4 months. That's the way to go. Those are fantastic. You won't find more beautiful amethysts out there. It's the ideal size. Gives you that big cocktail ring look while not being ostentatious and flashy, but definitely going to get you noticed. Definitely going to be a top gem quality on both of those stones. So we're going to move on to shop 4. Correct. Our business today is amethyst. Amethyst is probably, I think, one of the most underrated gemstones in the world. This is purple quartz. It's primarily colored by iron and just years and years of pressure and natural radiation that comes from various rocks around it. And then when you add a little bit of iron and it gets into that quartz crystal structure, the more iron, the deeper, usually richer the purple tones that you see. But some people like the Rose de France. Of course, we're going to have a few sort of lighter shades of amethyst come here, but primarily what we're dealing with here is going to be the Zambian amethyst, which are really, really fantastic pockets of that very much, as I said at the opening of the program, I think mimic that of the classic, just sort of gold standard Siberian amethyst, which I've sold a lot of, mostly in estate pieces at my former network, but they go for very big money. Because, I mean, look, you've got the color of kings here. Amethyst is featured in most of your crown jewels across the world, in various kingdoms, in almost all of them, I would say, probably, because of what a beautiful stone it is. And this next one is going to be miraculous. I love this. This might be my favorite one in terms of pendants. This is going to give you talk about crown jewels. This has that look. This has a sort of a classic, yet slightly modified, I would say, we would call it, if it was all just baguettes, we would call it sort of a ballerina style halo. But this one's got a little bit of a mod. Obviously, front and center, you've got a massive, probably in the neighborhood, I'd say, of about 13 and a half carats of just a beautiful AAA quality Zambian emerald that is just lights out. I mean, the cocktail pendant to be certain, right? So you've got that. It's a 10 karat 65. Well, I was way off.
It will be a Texas twofer, chain included.
Moissanite, 24%. Scroll down just a little bit. Because you got baguettes and you have rounds. So 75% in, or 76. Okay, so 76 points in the baguettes, 24 points in the moissanite round. So again, you've got moissanite surrounding. I think a little bit goes a long way too with moissanite. So I'm loving that they added that as the additional stone. But you've got a genuine earth mined, massive, almost 11 carat. I thought it'd be bigger than that because it definitely shows larger than that. It's still massive. I mean, gosh, 10 carats is huge. And that's when you start to pay a good premium and pretty penny, especially when you have fantastic cutting like this. Of course, you've got a classic cushion, always beautiful. And as I said before, you've got what is sort of a classic look, but with a slight modification. Notice what they did here in terms of the design work. It breaks up the monotony of a normal just sort of ballerina and really gives it almost a snowflake style design surrounding it, which just encrusts it really beautifully. But all that uniformity, you've got the 4 prongs here. Of course, those, you notice that it's not just a regular large prong. It's got a curvature to it too. That's going to keep that stone nice and secure. Classic bail. It's going to be about an inch from bail to base or bail to bottom. It's going to be coming home with the chain as well. So you're going to have this ready to wear out of the box. You're going to have a 30-day inspection period so that you know that once you get it home, you're going to be 100% happy. Folks, that stone alone, look, amethyst you can get for a pretty reasonable price, right? In terms of the beauty that you get, the bang for your buck that you get. But to be able to get a 10 carat, once we get past that 6 to 7 carat mark and you've got this kind of quality and the quality's still there, that's when you start to pay a big premium for these stones. Typically you can get amethyst in rather large carat weight sizes for relatively, I'd say based on the beauty of it, like think about it, a purple sapphire. You can get amethyst that's just as beautiful as purple sapphire, but purple sapphire costs a small fortune for a small stone, just in terms of rarity. But once you get up into this kind of carat weight for this kind of quality, you will be paying through the nose. Anywhere probably from I'd say $1,100 to $1,500 at the retail level. We're doing it today for $309. Now you're going to take the code LIVE25, and that's going to get this down to, wait for it, let's see, 3 times 25, $75 off, 309 plus another 250, so 77.50 minus 309, and you're going to get this home for $232. You have a $46 budget pay. You're not going to pay anything on shipping. You will pay nothing on shipping. It is absolutely dreamy. And again, this is going to be, for those of you, this is probably the biggest look that we have in the show today in terms of just a massive center stone. But again, sometimes when people think massive, they think just, it's a little gaudy, a little ostentatious, a little out there. No. Classy, sophisticated, elegant. It is a massive stone. Gosh, it is a massive, beautiful stone that takes your breath away. And we've basically got it priced like a large Austrian crystal, like costume jewelry. But you're getting a real deal earth mined center stone that is to die for. Lights out. Again, you can get it home for less than $50 at $46.49 on budget pay, 0 credit check, 0 interest payments. This is going to be shop 4, correct?
Correct.
Shop 4. But wait, and it's coming with the chain as well. So the chain, I mean, that's a $100 value easily right there at the retail level for a vermeil chain. Yeah, because that's all going to be in 925 bathed in 18 karat vermeil. But wait, there's more, because yes, with this one we do have the companion piece, and it is really impressive. Now I'm going to put this on my gigantic hands, and it's still going to look very large and very beautiful. Look at those pink flashes. I mean, the stone is to die for. It's going to be roughly the same carat weight, kind of the same profile, because remember, this is the companion piece. They were meant to be together, right? We're doing it for the same price. Oh yeah, look at this on the model's hand. I think that's a better, because I might scare you off with my hands. But I mean, well, they probably have done something with that fingerprint there. But look, let's not let perfect be the enemy of the good. But look how fantastic this looks on the model's hand. The big, large presence. It looks like a piece that you would see in the crown jewels. And of course, again, amethyst is featured in nearly every crown jewels, from England to, gosh, they have king and queen in Abu Dhabi. Anyway, anywhere where there's a king and queen, chances are they have amethyst featured in the crown jewels because it is one of the most popular gemstones of all time, probably in the top 3 most popular gemstones of all time. You get so much, and in this case, so much for so little. If you love it, I would encourage you to take advantage of it ASAP. Now we're very limited on the ring, on the pendant. We've got 6 of those. We got about a dozen to go around on the ring. It's going to be a last in stock scenario. This would make a fantastic, if your mother loves large, beautiful cocktail ring pieces, cocktail pendant type pieces, these are going to be a home run, a grand slam. It's beautiful. Again, you've got this seemingly basically a double halo because you've got the staggered moissanite. You see how? So it's kind of giving you sort of a double halo, but you've got the single baguette strategically placed in sort of a V formation, and then opposite of V when we're going up the east and west, and then back to the V at the north and south. So it's a really, really cool, very, very intentional sort of snowflake style design lineup. And I got to tell you, that is impressive. That is going to command attention. So if you don't like compliments, if you don't like getting showered with them, and you don't like ladies grabbing your hands and saying, "Ooh, let me see that," then this may not be for you. But you're basically getting it for the price of that you would at almost any jewelry store. You go to like the Polish crystal place. I'm not going to say the name, but y'all might know what I'm talking about. You see it at a lot of high-end malls and things like that. For something like this, you're going to see an Austrian crystal, that'll be about this price, perhaps even more. You're getting the real deal earth mine in a massive and beautiful top gem world-class center stone here. So take advantage of that. That's going to be shop 4, the pendant, and shop 5. You will also get that 10% off in addition to the 25%. So that you're going to be able to get both of these home for less than $100. Well under $100. You're paying nothing on shipping. You have a 30-day inspection period. So if you decide to get it home and you decide, oops, we got the wrong size in the ring. Worst case scenario, hopefully we'll be able to exchange it, or it's going to be sizable. We may work something out there. But worst case scenario, you'll be able to send it back. You can keep the pendant at least. But get both of these today, and you're going to get that additional 10% off. That's going to give you a lot of savings there. An additional 10% off on already the 25% on an already low markdown. $309 on each of these. Amazing, amazing value. We're going to move on just because I don't want to run out of time. We're doing pretty good on time. I feel like we're making...
Yeah, we're good.
We're decent? Okay, cool. Because a lot of times I'll get sort of... this one, this is impressive. This is for those that want that really, really big, bold look. The classic look that's never going out of style. That leaving the nice look, the nice birdcage under gallery. It does have a finished filigree work underneath. So it's going to be very, very quality, very high. And that gold matched with that deep, rich, almost Siberian-looking Concord grape amethyst is really, really fantastic. It's just top gem quality. And I love both of them. And, of course, to be able to get the companion piece, the matching piece, with the exact same profile, mwah. It's excellent. It's excellent. And so we're going to move on. That's shop 4 and shop 5. Shop 4, the pendant. Shop 5.
Correct.
Okay. So put that in the comments section down below. Click on it, and then definitely do the bundling. You'll see it on the website once you get there. It should self-direct you to get that 10% off on top of the 25%. But that's going to be the route to go. It's going to give you a huge, huge savings here today. All in precious metal, all bathed in 18 karat vermeil. Now, the next one we're going to be doing, this is a nice African amethyst with the combination, and there's a personal shopper line. If should you have any problems or have any additional questions that aren't answered by the website that I haven't answered, that's something I should probably touch on here while we've got moments, so I don't think we're too far behind. Is if there at any point throughout the show, if you want me to flash something back in, you're really giving something some serious consideration, I'm more than happy to do that, time permitting. Hopefully we will have the time today. Elias is committed to keeping me on track and keeping my ADD wrangled so that I don't go off on a tangent, and just because I get mesmerized by a lot of these pieces. They're that fantastic. They're that impressive. So a lot of times I'll get to where I'll be like blah, 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 blah. And then I'll get to thinking about something about the surrounding gemstone. And I'll want to tell the story on that and all that. So he's keeping me wrangled and keeping me under control, so that hopefully we'll have time, if time permits, to flash something back in. If you're giving it some hard consideration, I'm more than happy to do that. I want to try to respect your dollars, which we always do here at Shop LC. But keep in mind, you always are going to have that opportunity to get these home, unless they're a clearance item, which usually just means we got it like such a low price, we're practically giving it away. You'll have a 30-day inspection period. So I'll let you know either way. But with the majority of these today, you've got pretty brand new items, but the problem is they maybe have had one showing on television, so they're last in stock. Like they sold that well that they're down now to the dozen or even less that we have remaining in them. Just not worth it on the TV side of things to burn the airtime, because we do have to pay for that airtime. Here we're able to get these last in stock opportunities to you and really point out and highlight those, as well as give you that additional 25% off. If that's not throwing too much at you at one time. Now, that being said, this next item is, well, my favorite cut is a round cut. I like it, the symmetry, something about it. I feel like you get a lot of sparkle too. I feel like it really showcases. Unfortunately, it's a very wasteful cut, right? So you typically won't see it. I mean, you'll see it, but it's just you'll pay a premium for a round cut. Because again, with most gemstones, they're going to have to cut. It's a lot easier to cut an oval. Not that there's anything wrong with an oval at all, or any other cut for that matter. I love trillions. Cushions are fantastic. But when you get a round cut, for me, it just maximizes. It's called a round brilliant cut. It maximizes the brilliance that you get. Again, wasteful, but this one is. This is so beautiful, because I think there's really, and we've shown several pieces, and a lot of our designers have caught on. And a lot of of course, a lot of high-end luxury designers are now, have been doing this pairing here for the last several years, because they make such sweet music together. Now, what am I talking about? I'm talking about amethyst and rhodolite garnet. They particularly just sort of really complement each other. Rhodolite garnet is going to be that sort of almost purplish, sort of raspberry red. It's named after pomegranate seeds, rhodolite. So it's got that almost pomegranate color, but it's just very, very complementary as a in this case, as a side stone to the feature, which is the round, brilliant, beautiful amethyst. And this, we're going to start with a pendant, but I'm going to show them both together just because they are most assuredly meant to go together. So we have the pendant, and that's going to be shop 6. So you know what I'm going to be saying shortly thereafter. Shop 7, I'm going to say grab them both. Now, this will come with the chain. This one's going to be featured a little bit differently, though. We've got this one in white precious metal. All right, so you're getting that look of platinum or white gold, as it were, because you have that rhodium finish on top of 925 sterling silver. So we're focusing mainly on the pendant here, but I don't mind showing both of them at the same time, because they definitely were meant to be together. Now, what you'll see here, and I'm going to kind of fall back here a little bit, is you've got these channel set princess cut baguettes of rhodolite garnet. That's probably more than likely going to be the Arissa materials. That's a very, very famous find in India. They had some of the finest rhodolite garnet, which of course is one of the most popular gemstones in the world, one of the most popular and most desired of all of your garnet, which comes in a variety of colors. But this, your January birthstone paired with your February here, beautiful classic style design, excellent again pairing of these. The sort of raspberry, I say some of the purplish pinks really complement the purple and the pink hues that you're going to get in this beautiful round brilliant stone, which of course is top gem quality as well. I love a channel set as well. It's going to give you a nice, I'd say medium to large, this will make a beautiful engagement ring, quite frankly. A lot of people are doing the colored gemstones as engagement rings, and this one is really fantastic. You know what I miss? Our little halo light. I feel like it.
Yeah. I'll try to see if I can get something to replace that.
Now that, folks, is fantastic. So you're going to have, compared to what we've shown you thus far, it's really a matter of sort of, well, I don't know, or what your jam is. Do you want a larger look? Well, we're going to be doing this for a steal. The price on this is going to be unbelievable. We're taking this down below $100 to $69. So $69.99. That, friends, is unbelievable. We're talking about a 4-carat round. All right, so nice size on your round. This is no shrinking vial, yeah? Let's do that whistle thing that McConaughey does. You know, he has kind of like a little whistle. What? Texas, Taper. He has a little bit of a whistle when he says X's or anything with an S in it. It's charming. It's not when I do it, though. But anyway, I digress. 4-carat 2. So well over 4 carats. Nice benchmark there on your round brilliant here. You've got, let's see, about 23 points in that triple. Again, whenever you see the triple, it's very reminiscent of the past, present, and future. You know, what was the beginning of our relationship, the present, which there's nothing more important than being in the moment, and then, of course, plans for the future. So it always makes a great anniversary gift or just a gift for somebody that you're romantically involved with if you're going to give this to somebody. However, it would make a great Mother's Day gift, too. I shouldn't mix those two, but you understand what I'm saying. I mean, this is just a beautiful classic look. Again, a little bit different from what you're going to see with maybe your typical CZs that you would see mixed with at most retail locations in this channel setting. And I think that garnet really does set it off. So you've got nothing but earth mine gemstones here, all natural garnet, by the way. Probably have a little bit of heat treatment to the amethyst. That's common among almost all amethysts. You rarely are you going to get without any heat treatment. That just is a common thing that's done with about 95% of gemstones. Usually it doesn't take away from value. In fact, it increases value because you even out the color in the stone. I mean, you sort of speed up and just aid and assist Mother Nature in what she already did very beautifully. Now, that being said, $69.99, not going to beat that with a stick, especially not after that 25 code, because you're going to get it for $52.49. You have a budget pay opportunity on this. So $52. I'm glad that we didn't get below $49 actually with this one, because that would put us below the threshold for getting free shipping. $49.99. As long as it hits that ceiling, you then get free shipping. So that's going to save you another $4 or $5 right there. The fact that it's $52. So if it had been $48.99, then no on the free shipping. So we're actually going to save money by having that extra $1 or so. So $52, or you can get it home for $13. See if you love it. Why am I showing the ring? It's a pendant, but they're both the same profile.
Yes,
they're going to look virtually identical. So they're both. I imagine, the pendant's 4 carats. It's the exact same millimeter wise on the ring. So let's just show them together. And there you go. Yep. So this is going to be 6 and 7. Is that correct? Shop 6
on the pendant, and then 7 on the ring.
So shop 6, shop 7.
Correct.
Okay, cool. And again, virtually the identical profile. Just going to have double on your rhodolite garnet, because you're going to have each side of the shank there. So there's rhodolite garnet, again, going to go down either side, left and right. We'll get it up behind me here in just a second. But a little bit more on the rhodolite, but the exact profile. 4 carats on your center stone there. It's going to be all in 925 sterling silver. So you're going to have that. And I got to tell you, a round. Not only is it my favorite cut, it's just, it's statistically, it's probably the most popular cut. But again, you usually pay a very, very high premium for a round cut, but you get so much sparkle, so much brilliance. These are fantastic. They belong together if you can afford it. And with the $13 budget pay, you should be able to afford both of these. Get them home. If you make sure you love them. But it's going to be, look, the pendant's going to be ready to wear out of the box, because that's going to come with that 20-inch chain, silver chain as well. Look, the chain alone for $69.99, it's like you're getting the pendant for free. And it's got a relatively large bail on that pendant, too. I know we're focusing on the ring now, but we could talk about them both together, because, again, if you get both of those together, you're going to get that additional 10% off. I want you to grab them both. If you love this, if you love one, you're going to obviously love the other. Money's a little tight. Just go with whichever one you love the best out of the two. But you can get them both home for probably around $25 on budget pay. That's pretty doable. That's like That's two meals at a fast food restaurant. If you can forego that, you can have some nice heirloom quality, and you can get these probably in time for Mother's Day too. I'm going to kind of continually point that out. And can we guarantee it this week? I don't know with 100% certainty, but I suspect you will have it. Usually you'll get it within 5 to 7 business days. So you'll be cutting it close. You might want to do the expedited shipping. So you might want to actually pay for the $5 or $10 or whatever to do the expedited shipping. That's going to be a conversation you can have with a personal shopper, which is 888-835-2237. You might want to discuss your options. There's that number. Everybody save that in their phone if they would, please. It's going to get you in touch with a live human being, and they'll be able to answer any further questions that you have, but also they might be able to sort of give you some tips about shipping if, in fact, this is something that you're going to be wanting to get to Mom in time for Mother's Day. Fair enough? So there, I'm going to get out of the way. There's that number. And any questions regarding anything that I show you, something you may see here on the dais that I've already gotten to if you just joined us, and you kind of were curious, like, well, what about that big cushion in the back, or what about stuff that we've already kind of gone through? You can always go back and watch these on a replay at shoplc.com live stream, not live TV. So you can do that. And you'll have like a little icon of like, it'll be a picture of me back when pre-fro and pre-beard days. But yeah, you'll be able to like pull up this about usually an hour after these shows air. They're usually up on the website. But I want to caution you, while they do live in perpetuity there, for the most part, the prices that we give you do not. So everything that we're going to give you today in terms of the prices that we're giving you, that's going to be a today thing. It lasts for 24 hours. We reserve the right to raise that price. In fact, we typically do raise that price up after 24 hours. So we've lowered these down for these shows in particular to the lowest prices that they've been, if not lower. Typically, whether they've been on TV, with a few exceptions, but for the most part, whether they've been on TV, website, or if they've been shown here before, we'll at least match that price, if not beat it. Here on the live stream. So this is definitely the ideal, I think, way to shop here at Shop LC. If I'm looking to buy anything, I'm definitely keeping an eye out for what the themes are of these shows, because we do them every day at 10 and 2 p.m. Right. All right, so I'm kind of keeping an eye out, because they'll usually give you like a heads up if you're liking, sharing, subscribing, and whatnot on your various social media platforms. You usually get a heads up, like in your alert section. It'll say, hey, we got Chris or we got Lauren coming up tomorrow. She's going to have rubies, or Chris is going to have the amethyst for the afternoon show. That sort of thing. Usually get an alert, and that's when you're going to be able to get some of the best deals. We lower the prices down, then we give you an additional live 25 code. But again, it only locks in for 24 hours. So be very mindful of that. If in fact you do love anything that's going to be on the dais here, and you're going to love probably all of it, and the prices you cannot help but to love, because you're not going to beat the prices that we give you, I think, at the retail level, really anywhere in the world. I mean, not that I know of. I don't know anybody that even gets close. Now, how are we able to do that? I want to talk about this for just a brief moment, and then we'll move on to our next item, which is going to be an amazing, with chrome dioxide. Holy smoke, is that beautiful. That's coming your way. But I want to talk to you for a brief moment. You say, Chris, how in the world are you able to do a pendant like this that looks super luxury, super designer? This one's going to be Shop 8. Is that right? And we're looking at the pendant. Yes. Shop 8. How in the wild world of sports are you able to do this pendant luxury with multi gemstones, genuine gemstones, all natural chrome dioxide? Looks like something you'd see in the showroom window on Rodeo Drive, right? That place they kicked out Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman. Something that you would see in the window of that place. How are you able to do that piece of jewelry for $69.99? It's hard to explain. I myself sometimes struggle with this, but it's easy, actually. The Cliff Notes version is, look, our parent company, based out of Jaipur, India, is one of the largest manufacturers of jewelry in the world. Now, that comes with its perks. Because we're under that umbrella, we get them for basically dealer-to-dealer prices. We pass that savings on to you. So you're not having all these different middlemen that you're having to pay all along the way, right? You're not having to worry about the overhead cost that the kiosk or a mall jeweler has to pay for their leasing. I mean, obviously, we have a big compound here. We have large studios and everything. So we have overhead as well. But because we're getting these from our parent company, you're getting them direct from the source. So you're getting the prices that dealers in these mall jewelers and your brick and mortars are having to pay middlemen, or having to do a huge markup closer to that manufacturer's suggested pricing. For example, this one, I'd reckon that this pendant at the retail level, probably not going to get it. We probably got it at like $500 something as retail. I think this is probably closer to like a $750 piece. It looks expensive. It should be expensive. But instead, we're doing it for $69. That's one of the best values you're ever going to see. And I love the combo that we did here. Again, that's not something you see every day. You see a halo surrounding a beautiful gemstone like this. That's a 2 karat 30 amethyst. It looks a lot bigger because of that double halo, just like a bullhorn amplifying and just magnifying how beautiful that and rich colored that center stone is. So you've got chrome diopside as a third halo, though. That to me is such a really, really high mark here on this, because you're getting the look basically of like Savorite garnet. If those are Savorite garnet, though, we're having to charge you a small fortune, because that's one of the rarest gemstones. Chrome diopside is a very rare gemstone in and of itself, and that's to me another very underrated gemstone that's extraordinarily rare. One of the most beautiful, all natural, no treatment whatsoever on chrome diopside, which is another quite remarkable aspect of that particular gemstone. It's one of my favorite green gemstones. In terms of bang for your buck, you get a lot, but it's becoming more and more expensive by the day because of the region, predominantly where it's mined from. Most of the world's chrome diopside, it can be found in different regions, but the majority of it is found in Siberia. There's a couple problems there. There's a little something going on in Russia that's not really going, it's probably taken away from the mining operation, I would imagine. But B, the mining operation is only able to be done in that really frozen, really frigid part of Siberia a couple months out of the year to begin with. So already you've got limited mining capabilities. The ground is literally frozen so hard that they cannot mine this material the majority of the year. So you really have a really typically anywhere from a 2 to 3 month window where you can actually, because where the ground's not frozen so solid that you can actually mine in very, very intemperate conditions for this material. And the fact that it's also been very limited because of sanctions, this and that. I'm not going to get into the politics of that, but what I will say is with a carat 87 and surrounding chrome diopside, that is a luxurious look, and it just complements super, super nicely. I love the fact that they broke it up with that halo of, what would that be? I'm assuming that's going to be probably moissanite halo.
Zircon.
That's zircon? Wow, they look like moissanite. They look super cool. Those look like VS diamonds. So you've got pretty large size on your zircon. These are all genuine, all natural gemstones surrounding this beautiful, genuine earth-mined center stone, which is fantastic. So over 2 carats on the center stone. Again, it shows like that cocktail piece because you've got that massive halo and just really beautiful, classy work there. $69.99. Giveaway. 20 inches on the chain. Now, full disclosure, that chain's not going to be the sterling silver chain, so that's going to be a stainless steel chain on this one. But because we're saving you so much money on that, and plus stainless steel, it's going to give you a lot of strength. It's going to be a nice, large, sort of Rolo style chain you see there. And it's a dead ringer for your white precious metals. But that's going to be all precious metal in the pendant itself. Okay, so just be mindful of that. It's going to be all bathed in platinum. So you're getting the look of platinum. You got that look of the sort of white and gold, which is essentially just a rhodium overlay. And platinum, of course, rhodium's in the platinum family of metals. Basically, it's just going to give you a very, very expensive, old, classic, Art Deco style. Love the marquise as well, and that sort of fanned out motion. That gives it a lot of character. Sort of stepped back ever so slightly from that halo of large white zircon, doubly refractive gemstones, all natural, giving you the look of diamonds. Very, very beautiful piece here. $69. You get it for $52. $52 gets you that piece. $13 gets you that piece home. If you grab that piece, and that one's going to be shop 8, right?
Correct.
Get shop 9 because, yes, indeed, and we're doing a lot of these. We're bringing you the companion piece. They absolutely will not be able to you will not be able to find this exact look at the retail level. Because it's so rare to see the two of those put together. I mean, you can find something, but get them here today while you've got the exact match. It's going to be virtually the identical profile, the shop 9, which is going to be that ring, right? To go with that beautiful pendant. They belong together. Oh, yes, they do. Now, this is I think this is this is a debut piece. I don't think this has been shown on TV because I can tell you right now, it will sell out fast on TV. So we have enough of these to go around. This is a formal debut, and it will never, I can tell you right now, it will never be this low. $69? You're getting it for $52? No way, Jose. It's not going to happen. That looks like $1,500. Gosh, if that's in platinum, forget about it. We're having a $4,500 conversation. But that's the look you're getting here. I'm going to put this on my big hands just to give you an idea of scale, but that's going to give you that large, bold look. I love the green mixed with that. It works on so many levels. And again, going to give you the look of probably the most expensive Savorite garnet that you can get, but that is a genuine, all-natural chrome dioxide. Going to be about a 5.5 to a 6.5 on the most hardness scale, so pretty durable gemstone, all-natural color too. No heat treatments on that or the white zircon. And then just a really beautiful top gem quality center stone there. It is elegant. It's got a nice bird cage style mounting there with the nice filigree, completely finished sort of honeycomb under gallery there. Beautiful piece. Yep, we're matching the price. So both of these you're going to get for $69, but you're not because you're going to use the code LIVE25. Going to get them down to $52 a piece. That means for basically $105, you can get both, and that is outright. You're going to be able to get both the ring and the companion piece for $105. Then you're also, if you get them both today, you're going to be able to get an additional, what would that be? I don't know, additional $10 off because you're going to get 10% off of that, $10.50 off $105. So for under $100. If you get them both today, you're going to get them both for under $100. You've also got a budget pay on this of $13. So what would that be? $26 minus 10% of that minus $260. So for under $25, you're going to be able to get both of these home today, or not today, but whenever they mail them to you. If you do them overnight, you get them tomorrow, the day after, or whatever. Tomorrow's Sunday, yeah, probably Monday. But you can definitely have them in time for Mother's Day. These would make a beautiful Mother's Day gift. Again, the pendant's going to be ready to wear out of the box. Don't forget the Live25 code. Obviously, that's going to get it down to that $52, but then you're going to get an additional $10, which is going to get them both under $100. Less than $100, that's an outright. That's not the budget pay. You get, for less than $100, you get both of those. C'est fantastique? I think so. Oh, yes, indeed. Very, very classy, very beautiful piece, and it looks just the elegance, the sophistication of it. It checks a lot of boxes. Nice big sort of cocktail ring size too. Look at that on my big gorilla hands. I mean that's a good size. Classy, elegant though, different, but the classic halo. But I love those marquees too. Those are big size chrome diopsides too. Again, chrome diopside. That's a genuine all-natural gemstone. I typically don't see it in very large carat weight sizes. The fact that they added so many large, beautifully matched, mated, all calibrated, cut to precision marquise cuts. Again, that's a difficult cut. The setting of this one is a very labor-intensive ring here. But the prong setting, the cutting of a marquise, and then to prong set it, kind of a pain for your artisans to do, quite frankly. But this is done to perfection. What elegance, what sophistication, what class. 108 and 109, respectively. Shop 108 is the pendant. Shop 109 is the ring. Get them both. It's going to be $94.48 after all the dust settles with all the Live 25 and the 10% off discount that you'll get when you bundle those together. And they're going to be ready to wear out of the box. You're going to be able to get the sizes that you need because this is a debut piece. It has not been shown on television. Once it is shown on television, I imagine there will be none of them available. There might be one or two available. We'll be having this conversation, but it will be a last in stock conversation if these get a second showing here. I can almost guarantee that. So for right now, everybody who's watching here, we have a little bit less people that watch here than on the television side of things, which I'm going to be on Tuesday from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. television and satellite. You can always watch at shoplc.com. But go ahead and grab this while you can get that ring in your size. That's going to be the clutch thing here, I think, to remember. You're going to be able to do it right here, right now. I think we're going to have enough to supply the audience that we have here on the live streams. And we have a lot, but again, this will sell out, I think. It's just too beautiful. It's just too unique and fun, and it's a breath of fresh air. Very cool design there. I love that. Now, we're going to kind of do a quick reset because I neglected to do this 10 minutes ago. I usually like to do it about at the halfway mark. If you're watching on TikTok, for you people watching on your TikTok, that platform, please be sure to do the heart. That would be very helpful for us spreading the word. Even if you don't end up buying something, it's very much appreciated by me, and I know our wonderful producer Elias here. So definitely give us all the hearts you can. Give us all the likes and love, or and subscribes and all that you can do on your other various social media platforms, whether it be Facebook or Instagram. But for TikTok, you guys are just going to put in the comment section. For example, the last piece we just showed you was Shop 9, I think. Correct. On the pendant, or no, the ring. Shop 8. So you would put that in the comment section, which you're going to see kind of right there. All right. Put that in the comment section. Click on that. That will get to show producer here. He's going to send you a link that you can then just click on that, and that'll redirect you to the website where you can find out all the information, most of which is information that I give you throughout the course of presenting these items. I'll give you the carat weight. I usually try to give you the size of the center stone, what we're talking about, and the surrounding halos, if in fact there are any. Okay, so that's going to be for TikTok. If you're watching on Facebook, Instagram, welcome. For you guys, it's going to be the same as it ever was. You're just going to put Shop 8, Shop 9. The next item is going to be Shop 10 in that comment section. Click on that. You guys will be directed to the website. It's going to automatically redirect you there. We're working on that for TikTok. We should have it all mainstream, but everything's it's pretty simple stuff. All right, if you're, of course, on the website, shoplc.com, where you can always go and check these shows out live, and also the replays. So if you came in late to a show and you like saw a piece and kind of on the tail end of it, but you're like, what was the deal on that one? And you're curious, you can always go rewatch those. They're usually up about an hour after we go off air, which we've got about 45 minutes left with you in this round. Keep in mind, though, so that's going to be for all the various social media platforms. But keep in mind that we're only locking in these lowered prices for 24 hours. That's a guarantee. Occasionally we'll slip up and we might accidentally leave them in the system at that, but I wouldn't count on it. So you're going to have this opportunity, but it's going to be a short and fleeting window. Also, when we talk about windows, the window of opportunity for everybody who is watching right now to get these items and get them in time for your mom for Mother's Day is rapidly closing. So if you love anything that you see today, and there's so much to love, and there's going to be so much more to come here, then you need to act fast. All right, the majority of what we're showing you is probably going to be in the 12 or less range, other than that one that we just showed you, which we debuted. And we only have about, I think, 3 dozen in the ring. We had about 2 dozen 2 dozen maybe, or only 22, I think, in the pendant. So if you love that pendant, you need to move quickly on that too. But yeah, I would say you need to probably, we can guarantee it in time, because Mother's Day is the 11th. Today's the 3rd. You got about a week, because you got to think in terms of business days. It usually takes about 5 to 7 business days. I usually have them well within 5 business days. But within the continental U.S. And we're giving you on most of these items, because we're over that $49.99 threshold. We're just most of them have been, well under the 100 mark. Maybe there's 1 or 2 that were like a little bit higher. But I think almost everything that we're showing you here, this round is going to be just at or just maybe slightly above that $50. So you're getting free shipping. But I might consider calling the personal shopper and maybe trying to get expedited shipping, just pay the extra $5 or whatever. And you can have it mailed directly. You can have it billed to you. And if mom's on the other end of the country or whatever, you're on the East Coast, she's on the West Coast, vice versa, or whatever it may be, you can have it shipped directly. In worst case scenario, you can always just take a photograph of it. And if you want to, just put in the comments section, you want me to kind of flash something in, and put it not on my hand, but maybe on like a nice one of our little ring fingers things, and just hold it really still for you. You can take a screenshot of it in real time, or you can always go to the website. We have really nice pictures of that. If it doesn't come quite in time, you can at least send a picture and say, hey, this is what you can look forward to. And then when they get it, they'll be thrilled. All right, that being said, that's good with the house cleaning. Of course, remember, every time you make a purchase here, no matter how big or small, it is going to go towards feeding a hungry child. That's something we've already been doing for a number of years. We don't round up on your behalf. We do it as a charitable giving from the company on your behalf, though. And we're up to for 50 million meals here in the U.S. at our branch here. Meals delivered. It's already baked into the cake. We don't round up again. It's just through your purchase feeds, Kshai Patra in India, where our parent company is located, and of course, No Kid Hungry here in America. Warm and nutritious meal for a hungry child that may have otherwise gone without. You never know. But it's for any child, really, any socioeconomic background. But in particular, I think those that who come from, I guess, the poor backgrounds. I think it's such a wonderful thing. Really nourishing the minds, souls, and spirits of the wee lads and lasses. All right, you guys ready to see more cool stuff? Here it comes. Okay. Not giving any advertisement for various. We're not supposed to do that for various companies or whatever. I was a little parched. Look at this. Woohoo!
Another Texas too.
And this one's going to be another Texas twofer. Now this looks expensive. So, you've got a very big, beautiful African amethyst there. 5 carat 40 total weight. Loving those marquees surrounding it. That's a good looking pendant. That's a big, bold look. Coming with the stainless steel chain. This one is going to be white topaz surrounding it. Going to give you that diamond look, though. Beautiful marquise. Again, marquise, a wasteful cut, but gives you lots of sparkle and brilliance. Bless me. White zircon white topaz and white zircon. Oh, cool. So what we did was, and again, going to give you all the look of diamonds, but what we did was, you got white topaz, so that's a genuine gemstone, so is white zircon, going to be in the rounds, but this initial halo really gives you that beautiful, almost like a sunflower look too. I love it. But this is a lot of labor here. Look, every single one of those has to be pronged in. The cutting of every single one of those marquise cuts. Again, wasteful cut, but just and difficult to prong it in because you got those pointy ends. So this is so well done, well tailored, beautiful, rich Concord grape center stone. Nice size on that one. Could be over 2 carats, so a nice benchmark there. Amplified and just magnified by this beautiful halo of marquise. Those are big white topaz. Going to be about 2 carat. Wait, no, scroll up. So, the center stone may not. Center stone's probably about. The center stone's 3 carats. Excuse me. I was looking at the carat weight for the topaz. That's 2 carats. 2 carat 17. The amethyst in the center. That's at a benchmark of 3 carats minimum. Going to be 11 by 9. So nice big stone there on that Concord grape. But then you've got the surrounding 2 carat 17 minimum of white topaz. The third or the secondary, I guess, halo, because almost the negative space that's naturally created by these marquees. That almost acts as an initial halo. I love this design for that reason. That the negative space there is so beautifully done that it almost looks like your initial halo, doesn't it? And then you've got a secondary halo, which is really the primary halo technically, but the negative space almost acts as a fancy cut in and of itself, which makes it just really scream luxury. And then, of course, that secondary halo is going to be of those rounds. They sort of step down, so you've got the three-dimensionality that just steps up to that beautiful center stone, giving it a very, very large, bold, big, beautiful, and dare I say expensive look, because you're getting that look of diamond surrounding it. It's icy. And guess what? We're doing this for $69 as well. $69. Now, it's coming with a stainless steel chain as well.
Correct.
You're going to have a platinum bond on all of that, so you're going to have a very expensive, hypoallergenic, nice platinum bond. This is a Keras piece. I love the designs on the Keras piece. I feel like they do such stellar design work that looks very, 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 very expensive. Again, you're getting all genuine gemstones, all earth mine gemstones in this particular piece here. You can get it home for $52 if you use the code LIVE25, or you can get it home for $13.12 on budget pay. And you said something about a Texas twofer. Oh, we are going to offer you, yes, the matching ring to go along with it. I presume for the same price, yes?
Yes.
$69.99. Basically, everything that I just told you, ditto that in the beautiful matching ring. Give or take a couple points, but typically, yeah, because you get just the band. It is the virtually identical profile. They are 110% meant to go together. At this point in time, this is a relatively, I think this is another, is this a debut as well? Yes, it is. So we're debuting both of these. That's the good news is, yes, you're getting first crack at it, and there's good news and good news. The good news is, yes, you get first crack at it. This is going to be the first time I think anybody's even seen it. We don't even have any reviews on it yet. I can tell you right now, they're going to be stellar, because you got a top gem quality center stone, really, really nice. You've got a very expensive look in the mounting with that platinum bond. You've got the look of platinum. That's a classic look, never going to go out of style. Big, beautiful 3-carat stone, center stone. And the surrounding topaz and white zircon give it very much the look of very expensive diamonds, but those are all genuine gemstones. And you're getting, I mean, gosh, when I used to sell estate pieces, and that's what I say, this is sort of a classic look. It reminds me of a lot of the estate pieces from that Art Deco era that were so expensive, but we still sold for big money at my former network, but that would you know, there were steals. I mean, they had good prices there. I'm not gonna lie on their estate pieces, but they would still that kind of mounting in platinum would be the minimum probably a $4,000 piece. And the mounting at the retail level, gosh, if you were to duplicate it, there'd be something you'd see out there. So you're getting basically that $6,000-$7,000 look on both of these. So classy, so elegant, so sophisticated. And you're getting it for basically, when all the dust settles, if you get both of these, you can get both of these. It's going to be under $100. Maybe with taxes, it might be just a little bit over, but that's it. You don't pay anything on shipping, because you're going to be over that $49.99 threshold. So we're respectively, we've got shop 9 and 10. Is that correct?
10 and 11.
I'm sorry, shop 10 and shop 11. They were meant to go together. You should be getting that bundling deal too, the 10%, right?
Correct.
Yep. So you're going to get that extra 10% off, but look at the quality here. The design work is second to none. It's a classic look, but it's just a little bit different from the typical halo that you might see in just rounds with those marquees. I love that. That's going to give it almost that sunflower, sunburst design. And then they didn't stop there. So you got a nice birdcage style undergallery filigree work as well, all with a platinum bond, hypoallergenic, antimicrobial as well with the platinum there. But nice finished undergallery there as well. It just looks expensive, right? And look at that stone. Look at those embers. This has got kind of, this has to be the Moroccan material. No, this says this is the African material. It looks like the Moroccan material because you've got such nice big pink, red, and pink flashes. To me, that looks very much like, well, I wonder if it is. That might be a typo, because that, when I say Moroccan material, the Moroccan amethyst, I don't know that we have any here with today, but this, it kind of gives you the best of both worlds when it comes to, like, if you're a lover of the deeper, richer Concord grape colors and the sort of Rose de France, the sort of lighter lilac, lavender with the pink flashes, that sort of thing. That's what this looks just like. I'm tempted to grab my jeweler's loop. Because I got to tell you, I mean, look at this stone. Look at that. Talk about pleochroism. You see pinks, you see lavenders, you see deep, rich purples. You're seeing like tons of different colors depending on which angle. That stone is just to die for. It's a really beautiful stone. You see peaches in there. Gosh. But the Morocco material has these red rutile needle inclusions that this very much reminds me a lot of. Either way, this is, to me, that is top gem, world-class quality right there. That stone is to die for. Absolutely beautiful. And $69.99 gets it home. It's going to give you a big cocktail ring look while not being ostentatious. It's going to be classic in terms of that design. Going to command attention. It's going to look very, very expensive. You can tell people whatever. That's your business. But that's a several $1,000 look. No doubt about it. All right. So we're going to move on just because I don't want to run out of time. I think we're making pretty decent time. We've only got about, maybe 4 or 5 pieces left?
Yeah, we are looking at it.
I'd rather finish and have time left over because then I can either, go back and give a recap and maybe show them some pieces they may have missed, and I can give a good plug for our morning show tomorrow, which I'm going to get you to sort of pull up, if you wouldn't mind. Do you have access to
that? Your show for tomorrow?
Tomorrow morning,
yes. Let me see.
I think Lauren's doing my tomorrow afternoon. All right, so I want you to grab those. Definitely grab them both if you can afford it, and we've made it wildly affordable. You can get both of those for under $100.
You have gold, and then Lauren's got turquoise.
That's right. Okay. Now, the next item. We're switching gears just ever so slightly. I am not... Oh, wait, I took it off earlier because I was put on this... Okay, so switching gears just a little bit here to what we just sort of mentioned. The piece that I showed you earlier, the 2 pieces that I showed you in the pendants, were more of the sort of, you hear me talk about it, I don't know if a lot of other hosts, but because I used to sell a lot of sort of Siberian amethyst. These very much have that sort of deeper, richer Concord grape, very reminiscent of the Siberian material from the years of old. There's not so much of that available these days, except for a lot of estate pieces. But what has been probably one of the most fast and highest, and I'm not exactly sure why, I have a little theory behind it, but in terms of colors of amethyst, has been, and what's become very, very difficult to procure from a buyer standpoint, is the Rose de France amethyst. Now, typically this used to not be as expensive, but now it has rivaled, in some cases is even more expensive now in recent years than the darker Concord grape. It's really all just a matter of preference. They're both beautiful. They both should be in your jewelry wardrobe, quite frankly, if you're asking me. I think it's just a matter of taste, but I think one of the reasons maybe behind it is the widespread knowledge of, this is just a theory, I could be completely wrong, it's a standalone, beautiful gemstone, but that it mimics very much kunzite, which has become very, very popular and gotten very, very expensive over the last several years, a very exotic gemstone named after George Frederick Kunz. So you get lots of nice pinks, and a little bit more in the lavenders. It's such a lighter shade of the purples, and you see little pinks and some peaches almost in the Rose de France, right? So you get a really beautiful, a little more softer color on it. So maybe, I don't know, but it's become wildly popular, become very, very difficult to source. It's just the lighter variety, I guess, of the amethyst, but it's absolutely beautiful. Holds its own, and again, this has become very, very expensive and hard to come by, this good quality Rose de France amethyst. This is AAA. When we talk about the Rose de France, it's in a totally separate category than, say, the deeper Concord grape amethyst. It's just, this is just, they're both fantastic in their own right. And they both definitely should be, again, in your wardrobe. But this one is going to give you a nice, almost like I guess you'd call that sort of a knot style. But it's got lots of dimension to it, too. This is a really, really high-end, high-design, high-fashion luxury piece. Very, very boutique in terms of this design. Look at that. You've got a nice round right there. with the white zircons here surrounding it. Again, I don't want you to ever confuse zircons with zirconia. Not that there's anything wrong with giving zirconia. It gives you lots of sparkle and flash and bang for your buck. But white zircon is a genuine gemstone. It's, in fact, probably the oldest that we know of gemstone on planet Earth. They put it at about as old as the Earth, which most scientists reckon it's about 4 billion plus years old. So you've got that doubly refractive gemstone that gives you the look. Now, diamonds are only singly refractive, but they have a high refractive index and a high dispersion rate, right? But it gives you the look. It's a doubly refractive, meaning that light splits in two, so you get a lot of light return as well. But it gives you the look of basically VS diamonds, or very much, I'd say, SI at minimum, and the color and colorless to near colorless in terms of the look. I mean, just to the naked eye, you couldn't look at those, and most people couldn't. I mean, Becky Booker probably could because she was a professor at GIA, taught diamond grading, but to most people, the naked eye, they see a white zircon, and they're like, those are diamonds. Boom. And just so beautiful halo there. Excellent center stone there. That center stone is going to be about a 2 carat 40 on the Rose de France. A very large one too, 10 by 8s, and a nice bit of real estate there. It's going to be AAA quality in terms of the color. When we talk about color, we're talking about, in this case, Rose de France, the lighter shade. But in terms of color depth and color hue and tone, that is in the top 5 to 10 percentile of the best, okay? So you got a beautiful center stone. I love the mounting that it's in with that pendant. And I think nothing goes better with Rose de France because of the pink hues and those peachy hues that you see in that center stone. I think nothing goes better with Rose de France than the rose gold. And we give you an 18 karat rose gold vermeil meaning you're going to have at a minimum 2.5 microns on top of 925 sterling silver. The 20-inch chain coming along for the ride, that is going to also be a vermeil chain, and we're doing it for the price of, I think, less than the price of in most retail stores what you're going to be able to get the chain for, because we're doing this for $79. Now, I know that once we take that code LIVE25 off, I think it's going to be way less than what you could even get the chain for in most retail locations. Maybe some. You might be able to find, you might be like, Chris, well, I know a place where I can get one for like $49 for a rose gold vermeil. For an 18 karat rose gold vermeil, very difficult to get, especially since we're going to give you the code LIVE25, and you're going to get this for $59.99 now, yeah? So for less than $60, that's an outright price after you use the code LIVE25. It's going to give you a nice, big, bold look, a very boutique, very luxurious look with that gorgeous knot-style design, giving you three-dimensionality. The profile is quite lovely. The chain's coming along for the ride. It's all in precious metal, and that is a beautiful center stone with nice pleochroism. You see the peaches, you see those lavenders, you see even some little flashes of some richer purples in there, some flashes of white, some nice pleochroism. Depending on which angle you look at, you just see almost a different color or just flashes of all those different beautiful colors just culminating and really giving you the look of probably one of the more expensive kunzite that you could find. So a great stone, but I mean, you could argue kunzite mimics this stone. It's probably been around, or at least it definitely has. Rose de France Amethyst has definitely been around for longer. Kunzite was just discovered in the early 20th century, named after George Frederick Kunz, a buyer for Tiffany & Company. But I digress. Moral of the story is, this is standalone. This is fantastic. You can get it for less than $20 on budget pay. Let's take advantage of this one. It's unlike a lot of the others that we have featured in the show. A lot of what we brought you, the majority, I would say, of what we have brought you in this show has been the sort of more traditional, darker amethyst. So for our lovers of Rose de France, of which there are many, and our lovers of those really high concept, high design, very unique pieces of luxury, this is going to be a debut item today. So you guys are seeing it probably for the first time. I wouldn't be shocked to see that probably in the coming days, I don't know that we have access to, we don't have a matching ring to this, do we? Because we've shown you almost everything we've shown you thus far has been bundles. Yeah, I suspect this is a debut item, right? So this is probably the first time this has been shown.
Yes, we have the quantity.
So we have the quantity, and I suspect if you love this and you get this, I doubt it will be here in time for Mother's Day, but you can just kind of have as a follow-up companion piece. Maybe you get it for, I don't know, Mom's birthday, because Mother's Day's the 11th. We can probably get this to you in time, but I suspect we'll be having the matching ring to come along shortly. It's probably in the mail right now. It probably this just landed probably Friday. Again, you're getting the debut look at it, and it is spectacular. But I imagine we'll have the matching ring coming shortly hereafter. But if you want to grab this and you wanted to maybe grab another one of the other pieces, see if you can call the personal shopper. See if they might do a bundling for you. You never know. I can't make a promise on that, but I suspect they'll at least try to help you out with something with a little bit of extra off. We want you to get multiple pieces. Obviously, it behooves us. It behooves you because you end up getting the additional 10% off. But we just don't have the matching ring just yet. But that is a very, very cool design. I love it. That bow tie, almost like a knot style, the three-dimensionality. Love it. All right, we're going to move on. So this was shop 12. Is that correct?
Shop 12, correct. And 13 on the ring coming up.
Gosh, that's gorgeous. And I love the rose gold with it, too. All right. Now, what did I do with that ring? I just had it. I set it somewhere. Yep, there it is. Look at this. This is magnificent. Actually, this would look really good with that too. I think some of these would look really nice with that one. Maybe that Giuseppe Perez piece that we did, the number 1, would look, I think, nice with that. Yeah, I think that would both complement. Now hers was in the yellow gold, but the colors and the stones, I think, complement one another. However, I digress, because this is fantastic in its own right here. Look at that. Big, wide band. I love a wide band. Almost a sort of a, I don't want to say bow tie, but you do have the sort of the swelling of the band on the right and the left. Very, very nice. And then you got a bunch of nice clusters stones. But what they did with those clusters is quite remarkable as well. I don't know, Elias, I wonder if, do we have a shot of a side profile in the enlarged? Because something I want to point out here, you've got the multi-gemstones, right, in the side stones. But what I love what they did with this, they combined amethyst with what looks like, I'm going to say rhodolite garnet probably, but all sort of clustered in there. Very strategically done on the side profile. Here, I'm going to try to get it.
Garnet and
I'm drinking coffee this morning, so my hands might be a little shaky. I'm going to try to be as still as I can. Okay, oh, you got a shot here. I was about to say, I could give him a tight shot, but it might be a little shaky. And I just can't get a good clean shot of it. Okay, let's just show them right here. So what you have is you've got these marquise cut amethysts here with the rhodolite garnet rounds peppered in there as well, which is really add a nice texture in here. We got flanked in the east, or I guess the north and south, as it were, with the. Now those are Bolivian amethyst on the side stones there. Interesting. I like that. I'm not seeing a lot of the Bolivian material. Now scroll down just a little bit. I just want to see what our white stones. Again, you got the white zircon. It's going to be about 31 points in your white zircon. Give you a nice, full, robust look. You've got the double fleur-de-lis at the north and south. I believe it's a double fleur-de-lis. Yeah, double fleur-de-lis. Just symbolic of good luck. It used to be sort of a symbol of sort of French wealth, but it's also become synonymous with good luck and good fortune, as well as the New Orleans Saints, obviously, the fleur-de-lis. You know, it's a beautiful design there. So you've got those at the north and south. So a lot of detail work. You've got the nice undercarriage as well, the nice filigree undercarriage, which is going to make it very, very comfortable sliding on and off the finger. This one's going to be all with that nice platinum bond, giving you a hypoallergenic, really nice, so you're not going to worry about any sort of skin irritations because of that very expensive platinum bond overlay that you're going to have on this one. But a really, really rich and unique look on these. About 33 points in the rhodolite garnet. Those, of course, are going to flank your east and west of the ring. They're both going to be very uniform. So presumably the other side is exactly like this one. And you've got this ever so slight, just so slight, this slight swell in the center there, but it gives you a nice big wide, almost like sort of puts a nice bow on what is a very beautiful, nice, rich Concord grape center stone. That's a pretty big center stone. Could we scroll up just a hair? I want to give them the center stone minimum, which is going to be a 4 carat 25. So we're nice benchmark carat weight on that center stone. So a 4 carat is no shrinking violet, right? So really good getting into that cocktail ring character. Definitely going to give you a nice full robust look on that center stone. And I got to tell you, look, amethyst, you get so much bang for your buck with amethyst typically. Even at the retail level, I mean, you could get something like this probably just under $500, which would be a great price, but we're doing it for $69.99. You're going to get it home for $52 after you use the code LIVE25. You then got a $13 budget pay if you so choose to use that, where you won't pay any, well, it's not a credit card for number one, but number two, you won't pay any interest payments on it. So if you just want to get it home, you just want to stretch your payments out, maybe you just weren't planning on spending any money today. Maybe you just landed on this. You're just kind of flipping through all the live streams that are going on various TikTok or Facebook or whatever it may be, and you happen to land on this. Today's your lucky day. Get registered. You can call the personal shopper line. It's 888-835-2237. Or you can go to shoplc.com and get registered. Or you can just enter this information in the comment section. This is going to be shop 13.
Shop 13 on the ring, correct.
Shop 13. But everybody could save this number. If you just like talking to a human being, if the online thing is just a little bit, gets a little bit too much, too many steps to do, just call this number. We'll get a live human being on the other line. They're not gonna hard sell you. They're not gonna be like, yeah, you definitely need to get. They're gonna be very matter of fact and then super helpful. Just say, hey, I've never bought anything from here. I'm calling about shop 13. This is the exclusive number to the live stream. Just save that in your phone. Everybody should. Because if you ever have any issues, whether it be online, and inevitably, just going to happen in the course of if you do become a regular watcher, occasionally when so many moving parts, you might run into something where you're going to need to ask a question, and then maybe you're watching this as a replay and it's something I can't answer in real time. Although I do try to do that for you guys, or my wonderful producer Elias or DJ, whomever happens to be producing at the time, do try to take care of most of your questions. If you just want to say hello, we'd love to hear from you too. But they're going to be a great resource for you, the personal shopper. And again, that number is exclusive to the live stream here. It's not the number I give you on TV. So fantastic opportunity on that one. And again, you're getting it basically for around $50. So you're not going to pay anything on shipping. If you decide you just want to pay, you want to get it home, make sure you love it, that's going to be your prerogative as well. You have a 30-day inspection period. You're risking virtually nothing. Basically $13. If you can pony up $13, basically the price of 2 hamburgers, maybe without the French fries, and you can get this ring home. And of course, ladies, it's going to look a lot more beautiful in your hand than it is on my big ogre hand. All right, that's a fantastic opportunity. That platinum bond, the beautiful design, everything about it screams luxury. You get it for pennies on the dollar. That was shop 13. Now, shop 14. And I'm going to say, we've only got 2 bracelets here. And you're moving me along, right?
Yes.
So we got, 4 items left?
We have
18 minutes?
Yes, 4
17
items,
minutes?
correct.
Okay. All right, cool. I think we're doing good. I just don't want to rush. And I feel like, that's... We're
going to do 14 on the bracelet and 15 on the necklace.
14. Shop 14. If you get this bracelet, which you need to get this bracelet, Be Still My Heart. It's such a beautiful piece. And it's all fancy heart shapes. So I kind of did that as a pun, but really, I would have said probably Be Still My Heart had it not been a bunch of gorgeous match-mated and all calibrated to precision, fancy cut heart shapes. That is beautiful. Hello, gorgeous. Look at this. All in rose gold. Rose gold. 18 karat rose gold plated on this one. This looks very, very expensive. This, in fact, should be very, very expensive. How in the wild world of sports are we doing this? What? I feel like I just went to the Twilight Zone. I feel like I'm just... did you put something in my water here? Because I feel like I'm hallucinating. I've gone into Alice in Wonderland land. Why, Chris? Why do you feel like you're hallucinating? Because this is luxury. Look at that. You've even got the toggle clasp. You've got genuine amethyst. You've got 4 carat 50, a total of 11 of those beautiful, fancy cut. Very expensive to do that. Very, very skilled lapidary that has to cut that. All matched, mated, and calibrated, all bezel set with a lot of hardware, bathed in 18 karat rose gold. And we are doing this. I think somebody messed up, dude. I really do. For $39.99, I think I'm hallucinating. That cannot be. It cannot be. It's too luxurious. This screams thousands of dollars. Thousands of dollars. You've got the 18 karat rose gold plating on there too. It's going to fit virtually any wrist size. That toggle clasp gives it the look of luxury. This is the best buy that I've seen in the amethyst in probably a year and a half, and I've seen a million best buys. How many of these do we have?
We are looking at a quantity.
Oh, these are about to sell out. Yeah, these are going to sell out. Because all it takes is one vendor to look at this and notice and say, "Hey, what?" I think they meant to do this for $139 or maybe $239. But that's a lot of detailed work. That's a lot of amazing match mated and calibrated beautiful amethyst. 11 of those. Now this is going to have the brass underlayment, but you've got the hypoallergenic 18 karat rose gold plating on top, which again gives it the look in the air of probably a $4,000 to $5,000 bracelet here. Watch. Bracelet. Now, because you have the 3 separate, look, I'm just going to kind of show it to you this way. Because you have those 3 separate toggles, this is going to fit virtually any size wrist out there from within the 6.5 to the 8-inch range because of those 3 toggles. Again, they got nice texturing on there as well. It looks expensive. Even the under gallery of those hearts, you've got heart-shaped filigree. I love the bezel setting as well, too. Going to keep those stones nice and protected. They're not going anywhere. And they pretty much go almost all the way around with the exception of a little bit of the added lengthening there. And, then, of course, at the very bottom. But I love the toggle, all that. And it's going to fit virtually. I mean, I wear an 8. This would fit me even. And it's just dreamy. For $39.99. And that's not even the rest of the story. The rest of the story is that you're getting this with 25% off. It doesn't take a mathematician to know that 39, basically $40, you're going to get $10 off that. So it's $29.99. Is that right? Yeah, $29.99. You've got a $9.99 budget pay on this. Now they have only broken that into 3 payments on the budget pay. So it's not going to be 4 months because usually it's a 5 budget pays of whatever. This is only 3, so $9 gets this bracelet home. The answer should be yes, yes, and more yes. It will sell out because the price is ridiculously low. We've got 9. You said 9 of them?
Yes, and we do have a quick shout out. We have Bina joining us from Facebook. She commented, "Can you measure the bracelet?"
This one? Okay, sure. Bina?
Yes.
Okay, Bina. As I said, I think it's probably going to be, our measurement's probably going to be spot on with this one, but let's give you the receipt on that. Like I said, I think it's a 6.5 to 8. Here we go. It's been a hot minute since I did this. Bear with me, Bina. Thank you for watching, by the way.
And we're showing 7.5 on our end. Let me confirm.
Actually, it might be closer to 8.5.
Yep, it is adjustable.
I think it's almost based on what I'm seeing here, Bina, is that toggle is going up over the 8. What is that? I can't. My fingers covering it. Just probably 8.25. I would say it's probably going to fit comfortably in 8.25. But then you've got down here. Oh, so I hope that answers your question. So slightly over an 8, I would say, just ever so slightly over an 8. And yes, I think our measurement's pretty spot on, down to a 6.5. Again, there's fair enough. Oop. So let's see. Yep. Anyway, look, you cannot beat that. That is magnificent. And again, beautifully cut stones, deep, rich Concord grape purple on all of those fancy cuts. all bathed in 18 karat rose gold. Again, it screams several $1,000s. It has that luxury look, the toggling, even the rope style finish on each of those toggles is fantastic. It's a dream piece. This is a dream price. Yeah, I don't think you get this. I think our estimated retail value on this is way low too. I don't think you get it for a penny less than $500 at the retail level. Not because look, you pay a premium when you have to get all those heart cuts. The clefting of each of these individual hearts, they're beautifully matched and mated. All that bezeling too. I mean, this is nice. And the fact that they even did with the finished, the finished portion behind it. These are going to sell out. Look, there's 9 of them. If anybody who's industrious, maybe you want to. There's no limit to the amount that you can buy. I shouldn't say this because I want those of you who maybe watch the replays to be able to grab one, but I think they'll be sold out by then. Somebody wanted to really clean house, you could come in and buy all those and then just turn around and flip them online and probably double, triple your money easily for something like that. And guess what?
We're going to triple the hearts.
We're going to triple the hearts. We have the matching necklace to go with it. Are you kidding me? No, I'm not. I'm not kidding you. We have the matching necklace. Look at this. Now, call the number, personal shopper. Why, did we not have the bundling online?
We have.
Okay, but just in case, if you want to try to bundle those and you can't get the bundling to work online, yes, these are meant to go together. We have, again, the matching necklace. Now, it's going to be a little bit heavier on the amethyst, obviously, so it's going to be a little bit more in price, but not much more. We're doing this for $59.99. It's ludicrous. It is, I mean, no way. No way. With 18 karat rose gold plating on these, it's just a dream price. It looks luxurious. It looks expensive. Hearts are the most iconic symbol, other than a cross probably, in the world, symbolizing love. And everybody loves a heart. But here's the problem. To get genuine gemstones cut in the shape of a heart, yes, it requires, it's asking a lot of a lapidary, probably more so than even a trillion, because you got to do the clef, you got to do the rounding, and you got to do all this and that. So you've got something that takes a lot of time, so you put a premium on that in terms of a labor setup. You got the bezel setting, custom bezel setting around each one of these, which just gives it a really, really air of nice, expensive, and then you're then going to have to put that 18 karat plating around every single one of those bezeling. Well, that's a lot of real estate we're talking about here. It's going to also be very cool, though. It's going to make them lay a lot nicer and flatter, whether it be on your wrist with the bracelet or on your décolletage with the necklace here. Again, you're going to have, with this one, actually, you're going to have, I was going to say you have the toggle. You do not. You've got a nice big lobster claw. But the good news is you've also got about 2 inches worth of, no, this is unattractive, the back portion of this. This is the seedy underbelly of jewelry. This beautiful setup, and then I'm showing you the back. But I just want to show you to show that you're going to be able to adjust that. So if you wanted to sort of layer that up with something, or if you wanted to be a little bit higher, maybe you've got you're wearing sort of a higher lined, blouse or something like, or dress or whatever it may be, because this thing has got a lot of range. You could wear it with jeans. You could also, and just like a regular T-shirt or a nice blouse, or with a nice flowing dress, of maybe whatever. I'll let you figure that out, ladies. But you will have some adjustability with those jump rings in the back. But you must get them both. You absolutely have to. Now, $44.99 after you use the code LIVE25. So you're going to get this for less than $50. So you're not going to get the free shipping on this unless you get that with the matching bracelet, which you 110%. If you don't get both of these, I'm not going to say I'm going to be mad at you, but I feel like you're going to have a very, very big missed opportunity. You have to get them both. You have to get them both. Even if you're somebody who doesn't like matchy-matchy, you have to get both of these. You just do. You just do. You don't have to, but you do. I'll be upset at the missed opportunity that you had, especially when you can get them both. Let's see, we got a $14 budget pay on the necklace, and what was it, $9.99? So for less than $25, you can get both of these on budget pay. Come on, you have to. It's a no-brainer. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of Earth. $22.49. What is that? What is that? What are you telling me? What is this?
Free budget pays.
Huh?
That's the 3 budget pays for the bundle deal?
Oh, if you bundle them, it's less than $25. It's $22.49 is going to be your 3 budget pays. So less than $75 gets both of these. Is that right? Yeah.
Yes, $67.48.
If you want to pay outright, $67. And after you do the bundle, you can get the additional 10%. Don't forget the Live 25 though.
Correct.
You got to do that first. In the promo code section, and well, no, you probably just bundle them, and then do in the promo code section Live 25, and you're gonna get these both for $67. That's an outright. That's not the budget pay. The outright price for both of these is $67.48. Here's the problem: they are extremely, extremely limited. Get them while you can. You got to move quick on these, folks. I've got to move on just because we got one.
We have 3 more.
Oh no. Yeah, but this is such a great deal. Those are going to sell out, though, folks. Yeah, they're very limited. We've actually got a 33 in the necklace, though.
Yes.
So grab as many of those necklaces as you can, but we're very limited in the bracelet. Now, so those are going to sell out for sure, I think.
We are going to give them another option in bracelet.
Yep, another option in a bracelet, and we should probably do this as the piece de resistance, but that's okay. We can do it now because we're almost out of time, and I'll just have to go really fast or just give an honorable mention because
We
these.
could actually go over a little bit of time.
Okay, we can go over a little bit. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, this is hot. Because, this is really, really nice. Because the other bracelet's going to sell out. This one, we've got about the same amount. So we don't have too many of these. There's about 12 of these, about a dozen of these to go around. We do have them in an 8 and in a 7 1/4 and in a 6 1/2, just not very many in each of them. But you're talking about 10 karat 40. I've made no bones about it. My favorite cut is a round cut. This is going to also have the 18 karat rose gold plating. It is going to be more of a tennis style bracelet. So you're going to pay a little bit more on it, but not much more. Gentlemen, if you want to grab that, I wouldn't be mad. I'm not mad at a dude wearing a tennis bracelet because it's done more and more by like UFC fighters even. So dudes that are watching like, dude, I'm not wearing a tennis bracelet. Nah, it's cool. It's become mainstream. And this would look good. Now, you've got the rose gold there, so you got 18 karat on the plating, but those go all the way around a la tennis bracelet style. You've got the plunge and insert with the double safety latch, giving it a very expensive look as well. Going to keep it nice and secure as well. You've even got the fleur-de-lis. No, it's more of a 99 wave style design, but very detailed work in the clasp there. So you can lock that on both ends. You just want to keep it nice and secure, and you're going to have a continuous row of premium cut, beautiful African amethyst, sort of a cross between the Rose de France and the Siberian. So a really nice color combination on all of those, beautifully matched, mated, and calibrated. 10 karat 40, a total of 23 of those. So this is going to be just under a half a carat a piece on every single one of those, depending on which one you get, whether you get the 8-inch. It'll just have a couple extra links in that one. But again, I don't think we have too many of the 8-inch. Now, that being said, folks, we're doing this for $59.99. Round cut, premium cut, wasteful cut, statistically most popular cut, my favorite cut, for what it's worth. Rose gold, wildly expensive. This is a no duh moment. Yeah, we're at over 3,300, I think, 3,360, probably more than that per troy ounce of gold. So very expensive gold overlay on this, hypoallergenic as well. That being said, $59.99 is not going to be your final price. You're going to get this for under $50. You might want to grab 2 or at least pair it up with that neck. This would look beautiful with the necklace if you wanted to mix it up just a little bit. Maybe you didn't want to get the heart bracelet. You instead, or I'd say get all 3 of them. And ooh, that's what you do. Ladies, you wear that bracelet. Look at these together. That's what you're going to do. You wear those bracelets together. And you layer them up. Because you've got the rounds and then those hearts that are bezel set. They're 2 separate looks. They look wonderful together. And then you wear them with that necklace. And you are the baddest chick at the party. Period. Full stop. That's it. Yep, that's the look. That's what you got to do. Now, you're going to get this down to $44. So you're not going to have the free shipping on it. Who cares? Grab one of those other ones. It's worth its price. Easily. Easily, because you're going to get $1,000. Well, gosh, you're getting probably a $3,000 look. If that's in solid rose gold, yeah, we're having about a probably $3,000 to $4,000 conversation easily, because those are top gem quality gemstones. Make no mistake, you're not getting inferior gemstones. We put it in a delivery system that's going to be a lot more affordable. But make no mistake, this screams several $1,000s, and gold is not inexpensive. Neither is gold overlay. That being said, $22 on budget pay. There's only 2 budget pays. So you'll pay $22, you'll get this home, and then you'll pay less than $1 a day for the next month. You're done. Bing, bang, boom. Forget about it. But don't forget about this. Do this AS and AP, because these are probably going to sell out as well. I've got to move on, because we're down to the final 2 items, and we're just about out of time. Gosh, these have been such amazing items. This is a good way to end the show. Look at these. I'm just going to show them both. These are going to be... So the last item was shop what?
16 and then 17 on the pendant and 18 on the ring we're doing.
Shop 16 on that one. Put that in the comment section right down below. You'll be able to procure yours, but you got to do it quick. Shop 16. Now, shop 17 and 18 on the next item?
Yes.
Okay. Shop 17, going to be this pendant. I'm not going to have a lot of time to spend on them. I wish I did, because they deserve the time. But I'm not going to need to spend as much time, because, again, these are the matching pieces. So presumably you're going to have virtually identical same profile, right? Give or take maybe a couple points. But those are big, big, nice sort of emerald cushion cuts, sort of elongated cushion cuts there. I guess is the best way to describe it. You've got rhodolite garnet in the mountings as well. Going to have about half as many with the pendant. These, of course, were meant to be together. They should be together. If you grab one, you should grab the others. You're getting almost that borderline cocktail ring look, because you've got such a massive center stone, but these are beautifully cut, masterfully cut, I will say. The faceting on this is sensational. I'm going to show you the ring, just because that's such a big, bold look here. We're doing let's start with the pendant, but there's virtually the same, okay, right? So just keep that in mind. Just keep that in your hip pocket.
Same price, yes.
Virtually the same size, center stone, same price. They're both going to be less than $60. After you use the code LIVE25, you're going to get these down to just about $50. Actually, whoa, way less.
Let me confirm.
Actually, yeah, just about $50. It'll be like 52 and some change, I think.
I think that sounds about right. No.
Huh?
44.
Are we sure?
Yep.
59. What? 59 times 0.75 is 44. I feel like it'd be 52.
Here's the third time. Let's see. Maybe it's calculated.
44.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'm wrong. Yeah. $44. Yeah, no, I guess, no, yeah, you're right. No, you're right. It's going to be under $50. So that's a problem, right? We're not going to get the free shipping. Oh, no. Forget about it. You're going to get both of them, right? That's going to get you over that $50 mark. Not much over it, though, because you're getting both of these for $44.99 after the code LIVE25. These are shop 14 and 15, respectively?
17 and 18.
Way off. Shop 17 and shop 18, okay? And that massive cocktail ring. Look how beautiful that is. Look at that big wide band. Dudes, you might be able to rock this. Look, the look profile's the criteria for a dude ring is, for gentlemen, a gent's ring, is a low profile and pretty wide band. This has got a pretty wide band. Check. If it was just sat down a little bit lower, I'd rock it. To each their own, though. I mean, that kind of works. It's such a big center stone. You really can't have a low profile with it, because it has to have room there in that basket style mounting. You got the double fleur-de-lis at the north and south. I love what they did here. This is symbolic I guess. This is definitely going to give you that very much luxury, high-end luxury designer. You talk about the mixing of the metals here. So look, after you do the bundling on these, it's going to come out to
correct
$80.49 is the total after the bundling.
Yes.
You can get both of these for $80. So I wasn't off too much. It's not that much over 50. But that way you're going to get the free shipping. You get them both. How big is the center stone? It's about a 6 carat 50. On each of these. The rhodolite garnet's going to be about a carat 35 with the ring. So I reckon it's probably going to be about half of that with the bail, because you're getting, again, it's like, think of it in terms of you're getting like half of the band in terms of the rhodolite garnet. But those are very, very big ovals, those rhodolite garnets. The stones are sensational. Deep, rich, Concord, Siberian style, reminiscent of that Siberian Very expensive Concord grape. You do see little flashes of pinks in there. Those are some excellent, at least I would say probably bicroicism, maybe trichroicism going on in that stone, and a big, bold, beautiful look that you're getting for pennies on the dollar. Again, $80 and some change. Or you can do the budget pay. I think, what was it, 2 budget pays?
Yes, 2 budget.
No, 3 budget pays.
2 on the ring and 3 on the pendant.
Okay. Well, we won't get caught up in the details except to say, fantastic deal. Excellent way to end the show. Nice filigree work underneath as well, so going to be very, very comfortable. Now, they just did the filigree work underneath the main stone there with the ring. But I'm not mad at that, because it still makes it very, very comfortable. It also gives you an added level of protection underneath that stone. With the pendant, let's give you a look at that, because I feel like with the pendant, you're going to have all of that. So that will feel very, very comfortable on the décolletage. And again, the mixing of the metals there with the platinum and the 18 karat yellow gold makes this look very, very, very expensive. And quite frankly, it should be a lot more expensive than where we've got it. Probably in the neighborhood, I'd say probably about $500 a piece, each of those at the retail level. But the fact that you get them both for $80, well, great Mother's Day gift. A lot of these great Mother's Day gifts. If you just joined us, I got to say, though, the piece there isn't on this massive, big cushion. Oh, those are so beautiful. To me, just such a big, bold look. And the fact that we did those at the price we did, I think it was just, mwah. All of them are fantastic. There was no wrong decision here, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys will join me tomorrow morning. I've got a big time. We've been working on this for quite a while. We got a big time gold show coming up for you. Gold, as many of you know, has been going through the roof with no end in sight. They originally predicted 3,000 a troy ounce by the end of the year 2025, and guess what? It happened I think it happened in February. I think it breached it in February, and since March it's stayed at over 3,000. So yeah, I think this is back in February. We get up to I don't know. Maybe it was the end of March. But nonetheless, it's been on a rocket ship to the moon ever since. This is so I think this is maybe this is February, late February, early March. We bump up. Now we're at over 3,000 troy ounce. Look at what's happened to gold. Guess what? So this point, look, so we're kind of going up, a little dip there. And now, and this is just the last year. I mean, it was up 30% from year over year. So now everybody's having to readjust their predictions. They're like, well, it'll be 4,000 by the end. Now a lot of them are going back, readjusting. 5,000 by the end of the year is what a lot of predictions are saying. So, I mean, that is a massive, massive increase. Here's the good news. Tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Of course, we have the lovely Lauren coming on at 2 p.m. tomorrow, because her and I flip these days today. So definitely watch her after my 10 a.m. show. But my 10 a.m. show is going to have some of the most fantastic gold pieces at the pre-rocket ship to the moon prices. So you're going to have an opportunity. They're going to be mostly last in stock. In fact, I dare say I think pretty much all of them. You're going to have some that are going to be, there's one of them. So don't miss it. You want to watch this live tomorrow morning, the Shop LC live stream. God bless you guys. If you missed most of this show, you need to go back and check out this show. A lot of last in stocks were on this one, very affordable. We're still going to be able to get these to you, I think, in time for Mother's Day. Call the personal shopper. Great job, Elias. Thank you so much for watching out there. We appreciate you guys as always. God bless you. I will see you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Cheers.
We're still on, so give it a second.
So don't start cursing yet?
Yeah, shout out to Miss Pat.
Hey, shout out to Miss Pat. I want to flash that in there, though.
That's
just a press piece.
Chris loved the foot patches.
Love the Miss Pat. You like that from the other night? I know that was so bad. My feet are so terrible. I shouldn't have done that. Thanks for reminding Pat in case the higher ups missed it. Hopefully they did miss it. But yeah, the foot patches. Did you get them yet? You will. You said we're still live. The foot patches. Okay, so that's a little inside.